إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه وبركاته عليه. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن خير الكلام كلام الله جل في العلا، وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. ولله الحمد والمنة. By the different ni'am and blessings of Allah Ta'ala that He's bestowed upon us, is that He has given us another chance to live. As every day and every minute and every second is a ni'mah. It's a blessing from the different blessings that Allah has given certain, where others have been deprived of that ni'mah. Like we said, from those ni'am is the fact that one is still living in this dunya, where one is given another opportunity to rectify his affairs between him and his Lord. Because the ultimate happiness is the happiness that you attain by you rectifying between you and your Lord Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. And that is the true happiness. And you'll find, ya ma'ashal ikhwah, that also if Allah allows us to see another Ramadan, that is another ni'mah that Allah, another blessing that Allah has completed, and another favor He has given us. For the month of Ramadan, ya ma'ashal ikhwah, as we know, is very close. There's no more than approximately maybe 3 days now, or at the most 4 days. For verily the month of Sha'ban, this was a month that the Messenger of Allah ﷺ took advantage of, and took the initiative to prepare for the month of Ramadan, which is coming. As he did an abundance of fasting during this blessed month of Sha'ban. And for those who now have not sufficed by them refraining from disobedience before the month actually starts, then it's incumbent upon one to make tawbah to Allah in this very moment in time. If he's from those, for example, that has not prayed his daily prayers, he's coming up short in that, to rectify that affair now. As we talked about last week, that the affair of Siyam will not be complete or valid unless the affair in regards to the Salat, which is the other pillar of Islam, has been rightly carried out. Then after the one prioritizes and he carries out the obligations, starting with the prayer, with the 5 obligatory salawat that Allah has obliged upon all of us, then likewise we'll start speaking about Siyam. Then the month of Ramadan, like we said, is a month of barakat wa nafahat. Rather, you'll find the Ahl Ilm say about this blessed month. Rather, great Imam Muhammad ibn Salih al-Uthaymeen rahimahullah, we start off in his speech talking about this month. He said, لَقَدْ أَظَلَّنَا شَهْرٌ كَرِيمٌ وَمَوْسِمٌ عَظِيمٌ يُعَظِّمُ اللَّهُ فِيهِ الْأَجْرَ ويجزل المواهب ويفتح أبواب الخير فيه لكل راغب. شهر الخيرات والبركات، شهر المنح والهبات، شهر محفوف بالرحمة والمغفرة والعتق من النار. أوله رحمة وأوسطه مغفرة وآخره عتق من النار. اشتهرت بفضله الأخبار وتواترت فيه الآثار. ففي الصحيحين عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: إذا جاء رمضان فتحت أبواب الجنة وغلقت أبواب النار وصفتت الشياطين، وإنما تفتح أبواب الجنة في هذا الشهر لكثرة الأعمال الصالحة وترغيبا للعاملين، وتغلق أبواب النار لقلة المعاصي من أهل الإيمان، وتصفت الشياطين فتغل فلا يخلصون إلى ما يخلصون إليه في غيره. فverily, يا معاشر الإخوة, as another month of virtue is about to start, and a tremendous occasion in which Allah Ta'ala has now made the rewards tremendous, and also what He gives of those various rewards, what will be in abundance. And He has opened up the doors of good, all of it for everyone who has a desire. All of the good and the different blessings, and all the minah, all the affairs and the different good that Allah grants. The month in which, like we said, the Quran was revealed. Guidance to the people and clarification of that guidance, and also distinguishing between truth and falsehood. It is a month that we know that it contains the mercy of Allah. And it also has forgiveness and one freeing his neck from the hellfire. And the first is rahmah. As we know, the athar is mutawatir. An abundance of athar that's come and been narrated upon the companions of the message of Allah. When we know on the authority of Abu Hurairah that the message of Allah informed that when Ramadan comes, the gates of paradise are open and the gates of hell are closed. And the shayateen are chained and enveloped. And we know that the meaning of shayateen here is maradatul jinn or maradatul shayateen, the rebellious devils. But you'll find, ya ma'ashal ikhwa, that we know that during the month of Ramadan there's still shayateen out there. The meaning of the hadith is maradatul shayateen, the rebellious major devils. Upon one meaning of the hadith is that the non-Muslims, that the shayateen are upon them all the time, all the time throughout the year. There's never a time from the times they are except the shayateen are upon them. As we know, Allah Ta'ala says in His book, أَلَمْ تَرَ أَنَّا أَرْسَلْنَا الشَّيَاطِينَ عَلَى الْكَافِرِينَ تَأُزُّهُمْ أَزًّا. And another ayah, Allah Ta'ala says in Surah An-Nahl, إنما سلطانه على الذين ليس له سلطان على الذين آمنوا وعلى ربهم يتوكلون إنما سلطانه على الذين يتولونه والذين هم به مشركون. The shayateen are upon those who are upon kufr, of disbelief, all throughout the year, even in the month of Ramadan. As you'll find that Allah Ta'ala said in the book, do you not see that we have sent the devils upon those who disbelieve, pushing them to do more evil? And another ayah, Allah Ta'ala says in His book, Shaitan has no authority over those who believe and do righteous actions, and upon their Lord they put their trust. Vary his power and his domination is over those who disbelieve and those who take him as a wali, and those who set up partners with Allah in His worship. So the shayateen is upon the disbelievers and the non-Muslims all throughout the year. That's the reason in the month of Ramadan you still see them what? Doing evil. And that's why you see evil during the month of Ramadan. For the only people who are saved from the month in which the shayateen are shackled from is those who are upon tawheed, those who are upon the monotheism of Allah, and those who are upright with Allah sincerely during that month, doing an abundance of righteous actions, working in accordance with that correct faith. And what confirms what is in your heart is the righteous actions. The actions is the proof of what is in your heart. So no one try to say, it's about iman, haqi, it's about what's in here. What's in here manifests in your actions. The actions confirm it of what truly is in the heart. And if your actions is not in accordance to what Allah and His Messenger have commanded, then in your heart is nothing except disobedience or something worse than that, depending on one's situation, of accordance to his what? His closest to Allah, or how far he is away from Allah ta'ala, depending on what is his circumstance or her circumstance. For the shayateen is on those all throughout the year who disbelieve, which is an incentive for us to also rectify affairs where our salawat, in regards to our prayers. You'll find that a lot of Ahl Ilm for them in regards to the obligatory salah, for the person who leaves it off has disbelieved and left the fold of Islam. If you do that, you have become from those who Allah has mentioned that the shayateen descend upon them. Descend upon them in the month of Ramadan, taking you astray. Rectify your affairs between you and your Lord. The only way you can attain happiness in this world is if you rectify what is between you and Allah. Allah ta'ala, in so many ways, can humiliate us. He can give you in a lot of worldly affairs and a lot of worldly things and still make you from the most miserable people, because you have not rectified between you and Him as far as in regards to the affairs connected to what He is obliged and made an obligation upon you, and what He told you to refrain and abstain from of those prohibitions. If you not rectify between you and Allah, your life will continue to be in havoc and chaos, and it will never be in a system happy, or if you want to say an enjoyment manner whatsoever. The shayateen are upon the kuffar all throughout the year, and they are upon some of the deviant sects from the Muslims. That's why you see during the months of Ramadan that have transpired that they killed people during the month of Ramadan, even if you look into the history of during the time of some of the Salaf, where they utilized Ramadan to kill individuals and kill certain people. If that's not satanic, then what is? To end people's lives and kill innocent people and innocent bystanders during the month of Ramadan, which is to let you know that likewise the shayateen descend upon certain people who even ascribe to Islam from the deviant sects. From them is the Khawarij that you've seen years, ya ma'ashal ikhwa, where they blew up and killed innocent lives and bystanders in the month of Ramadan. And that's nothing except inspiration from the shayateen. Inspiration from the shayateen due to some type of deviation and discrepancy in one's belief system and in their methodology. For verily the only people who this hadith is applied for, where the shayateen are enveloped and the doors of paradise are open and the gates of the hellfire are closed, is for those or the people of Ahl al-Iman. And some of Ahl Ilm, you'll find that they say the meaning of this, where the shayateen are enveloped or in shackles, he said it's due to the tremendous belief and sincerity they have with their Lord during the month, where they busy themselves in so much good to the point where the shayateen are not able to what? Subdue them or override them or overpower them. Due to the abundance of good they're going to be involved in, for example, of fasting during the day and prayer during the night, and the abundance of good that one will be performing on a daily basis during that month, and as a result of it, the shayateen are not able to overpower them. That's one of the explanations of the hadith in regards to them saying what? That the shayateen are enveloped, they're in shackles, and they're not able to overpower those who believe and those who do righteous actions during that month. That is one of the meaning of the ahadith. The others, they say that the meaning of the hadith, that there still are shayateen out there during the month. Yes, I know exactly what I'm talking about. There are shayateen out there still. You still see evil taking place in this dunya, even though the month of Ramadan started. You still see it, don't you? Yes or no? Yes, you do. That's because the shayateen are on those who disbelieve all throughout the year. And some of them say the major devils are shackled. The major devils are shackled, which means that there are minor devils still out there plotting against in order to deceive and in order to lead astray the khalq, the creation. That's another explanation of the hadith. But the point of the matter, if you want to sum it up and now make everything concise, there are still shayateen out there. And those who truly benefit from this narration are those who are sincere during the month of Ramadan, who sadaqa ma'allah. They are true with their Lord, and they truly want to rectify their situation, and they truly want to prepare for death and the hereafter and what's coming. Because what's coming, ya ma'ashal ikhwa, right now, the majority of the khalq, except who Allah has made mercy and bestowed His mercy upon, they are preparing for what's coming. We're not talking about coming in this world. We're talking about the worst reality if a person doesn't rectify his state now, what's coming in the hereafter, starting with the life of the grave. As we talked about last week, when you're in the grave, the angels are going to sit you up and interrogate you. One of the ways that you want, that you now prepare for that state and for that interrogation from the two angels is due to this tremendous month that it's coming upon us, to give us another opportunity to prepare for death and to purify our ubudiyyah of Allah, our servitude and our worship of Allah, by actualizing another pillar of the religion, which is Ramadan, in which Allah has given so many opportunities year after year after year after year after year to so many of us. But however, are we taking advantage of it in order to prepare ourselves to meet Allah, where we purified our worship and our servitude? Because that's the only reason why we are in this world in the first place. We are only brought from non-existence into existence to actualize the ubudiyyah of Allah. No more, no less. And from the best ways that you do it is in the month of Ramadan, by you actualizing your ubudiyyah and really showing, displaying the reason why you were created manifests itself during that blessed month. Not taking advantage of it to now increase some more disobedience, as some people utilize that month for that regard. And may Allah to protect us from that, and to realize the value in the state, not just valuing Ramadan, but valuing life in general, in which a lot of people don't value anymore. They don't value life. They don't value other people's lives. They don't even value themselves. They don't even have respect for their own self anymore, let alone having respect and showing others respect. And number one, before all of that, not having respect for their Lord, tabaraka wa ta'ala. Because once you show and have respect for Allah, you will have respect for the creation. You will treat the creation in a manner that you will want to be created. And you want to be treated, For verily, ya ma'ashal ikhwa, during this blessed month is when the shayateen are shackled, for those who are sincere with their Lord and truly want to rectify themselves. It is the most humiliating, disgraceful manner that one would come in the month of Ramadan and do the opposite of what was intended. That is a major disgrace. And we know, ya ma'ashal ikhwa, for those who come in that blessed month, that those who are diligent and hardworking and drawn close to Allah and trying to purify their ubudiyyah, they come out the month better and stronger throughout the year, protected from Allah, protected from the evils out here, protected from evil people that want evil for them. It's as if Allah gives you tawfiq, because you rectified yourself in one of the most blessed times of the year, if not the greatest time. For verily the khamsa khisal, which we'll next mention in the next khutbah, may Allah give us tawfiq to rectify ourselves, and may Allah allow us to see the month, because some of us might die today. Some of us might die tomorrow, and we have not reached that blessed month. There's still a risk and a chance that we can die before the time comes. But are we really ready for the interrogation of the angels in the grave? Are we ready for it? Are we ready for that tahqiq al-malaika fil qabr? Are we ready for it? Are we ready for when they ask the questions, which your Lord? Who's your prophet? What's your religion? And we know, ya ma'ashal ikhwa, it's not going to be that simple. People think, I'll just say, oh, it's Allah, Allah's my Lord, my prophets are Muhammad, and my religion is Islam, done, I'm good, I'm going to paradise. Nah, it's not this simple. You'll find that Ahl Ilm say that the meaning of it, from them is Ibn Kathir, that he said the meaning of the hadith is that Allah has to give you tawfiq to keep you firm. That if it's not tawfiq from Allah, that He keeps your tongue firm while that interrogation is taking place and while that test is taking place from the angels. You will not answer those questions properly. And that's the confirmation of the ayat where Allah says in this book, يُثَبِّتُ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بِالْقَوْلِ الثَّابِتِ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ وَيُضِلُّ اللَّهُ الظَّالِمِينَ وَيَفْعَلُ اللَّهُ مَا يَشَاءُ. That Allah Ta'ala says in this book, Allah will keep firm those who believe with the qawl al-thabit, with the firm word in this world and in the hereafter. Ibn Kathir says in the hereafter, meaning from the questions of the grave when the angels interrogate you. And you know how you attain the tawfiq from Allah to keep you firm in that during those questions? Based upon what you did to purify your ubudiyyah in this dunya. Based upon what you did to purify your worship and sincerity, and also your actions and your iman and your knowledge also in this dunya relies on how much you receive that firmness and that stability that Allah will only give to certain people in the grave, where that is the most scariest of realities that one has to think about every single day of his life, because none of us is going to escape the interrogation of the grave. May Allah Ta'ala save us. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تمسك بسنته إلى يوم الدين وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد فيا معاشر الإخوة, preparation for that reality that we're all going to face manifests itself truly in the month of Ramadan. That is the best way that one can prepare himself for the hereafter and for the most evil and most wicked and most scary and frightening and horrific of affairs that's coming to us. The time in this dunya is short. And we know what the poet used to say in his poetry. حَتَّى مَتَى أَنْتَ فِي اللَّهْوِ وَاللَّعِبِ وَالْمَوْتُ يَهْوِي نَحْوَكَ فَاتِحًا فَاهُ. When are you going to stop joking around, taking life as a joke? And stop playing around and joking when death is coming to you with his mouth wide open. وَالْمَوْتُ يَهْوِي نَحْوَكَ فَاتِحًا فَاهُ. Most death is coming directly at you with its mouth wide open. And also what the poet used to say in his poetry. يَا ذَا الَّذِي مَا كَفَاهُ الذَّنْبُ فِي رَجَبٍ حَتَّى عَصَى رَبَّهُ فِي شَهْرِ شَعْبَانِ لقد أضلك شهر الصوم بعدهما فلا تصيره شهر عصيان واتل القرآن وسبح فيه مجتهدا واتل القرآن وسبح فيه مجتهدا إنه شهر تسبيح وقرآن كم كنت تعرف ممن صام في سلف من بين أهل وجيران وإخوان أفناهم الموت واستبقاك بعدهم حيا فما أقرب القاصي من الداني. What the poet says in his poetry. What he said, for the one, he's not sufficed but just doing evil and stopping in Rajab. Even though those were the sacred months you should have stopped in Rajab before Sha'ban. Until he disobeyed his Lord in Sha'ban. حتى عصى ربه في شهر شعبان لقد أظلك شهر الصوم بعدهما فَلَا تُصَيِّرْهُ أَيْضًا شَهْرَ عِصْيَانِ. For verily now Allah is giving you another chance. After you disobeyed Allah in the sacred month of Rajab, which is a sacred month, and also this month and where the actions are sin to Allah, which is in Sha'ban. You disobeyed Allah in those sacred months and these virtuous months. Now, if Allah allows you to reach Ramadan, listen to what the poet goes on to say. Now the month of Ramadan has come upon you. Don't make that month a month of disobedience. All Instagram followers who got your pictures on there, because I know a lot of brothers in the community got their pictures right on Instagram and on social media. Trust me, you brothers, I know a lot of things that you don't know about a lot of people in this community. I just act like I don't know. I see your pictures. I see you trying to talk to women. The women do the same thing. When are we going to stop this nonsense? And then all of us wonder why. Why are we being tested in our lives so bad? Why isn't my life going the way it's going? You need to start rectifying between you and the law. Once you have actualized that point and you understand it, you start implementing it, that's when you'll start to see the change. And that's when you'll see the progress. Yes. And I have to say this because the medicine hurts sometimes. But brothers and sisters, because of what I'm saying now, you will love me, inshallah, bi'idhnillah, in the hereafter when it counts. You're going to say, I'm loved that AbdurRazzaaq really was hard on me to prepare me for this moment here. To get my act together before death came. We need it for ourselves to wake us up and keep us focused on the goal. The goal is not this dunya. This is just a method and a means. The goal is the hereafter, not this world. Those from the non-Muslims and some of the deviant sects for the Muslims, they look at the dunya as the opposite. They look at this world as the goal. That's the reason why we have to search for what's going to now please us outwardly. Our living as far as all the different enjoyments and delights of this dunya. Not rectifying what's in here where it's the true happiness. By rectifying their belief system. And rectifying their actions between them and Allah. Then afterwards, rectifying what's between them and the creation and treating people as they want to be treated. That's where rectification lies in. As you'll find that Ibn al-Qayyim even asks these questions. Why do you make this world your goal? It doesn't make any sense for something that's not promised you in a split second of it. Why would you make something that's in a split second could be going away from you? And it could be removed that fast. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you make this world your goal that ultimately is going to go away from you? You're not taking anything with you into the grave, nothing. Except your iman and your deeds, that's it. No more, no less. For ya ma'ashal ikhwa, the month of Ramadan is coming. Are we prepared for it? Are we just going to be diligent in the first 5 days of it, and then you start seeing people going about like as if the month of Ramadan is concluded, I'll see you on the odd night of Laylatul Qadr. And even though that shows ignorance, because we know that Laylatul Qadr, yes, it can fall even on an even night. Depending on how the month started, look to what Shaykh al-Islam Taymiyyah mentions. Study it. And to let you know that Laylatul Qadr, it moves on the last 10 nights. So don't try to come. I'll see you first 5 months of days of Ramadan. I'm going to be diligent, hardworking for Taraweeh. No, I won't see you till the last 10 nights on Laylatul Qadr. I'll see you then. No. The hadith of the Prophet ﷺ where it says in Abu Hurairah, which is in the Sahihain, من قام رمضان إيمانا واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. Whoever stands during the month of the night of Ramadan, you'll find Ahl Ilm saying, for those who stand in the night, all of the nights of Ramadan, then it will be forgiven for them what is emanated of their sins. That the meaning, if they want to attain that reward, they have to stand every single night of Ramadan. Not just 5 days here, 2 days here, 10 days here. No. If you want that reward truly, then it's incumbent upon one to be diligent in worship every night during the month. Even if it's 5 minutes, even if it's 10 minutes. In the masjid or in your house. The most important thing is that you did some type of worship in this blessed month, taking advantage of your time. Being devoted towards worship of Allah, now manifesting your ubudiyah and purifying your servitude of Allah. For verily the month of Ramadan, all of it is about 29 or 30 days. Ya ma'ashal ikhwa. From the virtues in which you'll find the Ahl Ilm mention, in which they say in regards to the 5 qualities that this ummah was given during this month, in which the other past nations or the previous nations are not given, is the hadith that we know, khulufu fam as-sa'imi atyabu 'inda Allah min rih al-misk. As we know the hadith which is also in the Sahihain on the authority of Abu Hurairah, where the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned and said, فَإِنَّ الصِّيَامُ لِي وَأَنَا أَجْزِي بِهِ كُلُّ عَمَلِ بْنِ آدَمَ وفي رواية كل عمل ابن آدم مضاعف والحسنة بعشر أمثالها إلى 700 ضعف إلا الصوم فإنه لي وأنا أجزي به. وفي رواية يضع طعامه وشرابه وشهوته من أجلي ولخلوف فم الصائم أطيب عند الله من ريح المسك وللصائم فرحتان يفرحهما فرحة عند فطره وفرحة عند لقاء ربه وكما جاءت وصحت في الرواية. For verily all of the actions of Ibn Adam is for him. The actions will be multiplied to 700 folds. Except fasting, for verily is for me. What is the meaning of the hadith though, everyone? Fasting is for me. We hear it every year, but what's the meaning of it? Meaning those who are truly sincere with Allah, that can actualize by carrying out what he's supposed to abstain from during the day and also during the night, sincerely for Allah, with a person who does not know truly who's fasting except Allah. Anyone can fake. Anyone can now come out amongst the people and say, yeah, I'm fasting. No one truly knows except Allah for what you maybe have done in your household, or what you have eaten in secret, or what you have put in your body in secret, or what you have committed of evil acts, as we'll talk about next week, inshallah. That the true test during the month of Ramadan is abstaining from evil acts. It's not just abstaining from food and drink and intercourse or intimacy with your spouse. The true nature of fasting manifests in how you can control yourself and can keep yourself in a state of composure and compelling and resisting evil. That's the true fast and the true test. That if one is able to do that, that shows the one who's truly sadiq and truthful for Allah. However, during the month of Ramadan, we see that even though people think abstaining from food and drink, that's enough. No, the other affair is binding upon you, which is to abstain from evil acts, evil speech, evil behavior, evil etiquette, evil treatment of people, evil acts, in which a lot of people can't do these days. It's as if we live in days at times people love sin. It's like in our blood here in America. I don't know what it is. It's like we were nurtured to love sin and evil and oppress people. And we can't stop it. We love it. And I ask the people a simple question all the time. The religion of Islam is to ask you, is it hard for you just to be nice to people? I just scratch my head. It's easy. It's a simple thing. Walking up to a person, just smiling in their face and just saying, hi, how you doing? How was your day? Is there something I can help you with, Akhi? Are you okay? You look a little down today. How can I make you happy? How can I make you smile? It's a simple thing. And these are the actions that's most beloved to Allah. It's easy. But shaitan makes it hard upon us. But you know what's easy for us? To grin on people. Looking and gritting on people. That's easy. Saying something and being impulsive and just saying anything out of your mouth with no control. It's easy. It's easy to act like an ape and an animal. It's easy, everyone. And these are the things I hear. Oh, you don't want to get me started out here. Yeah, it's easy to act like an animal. It's easy. Simple. It's hard to keep your composure. It's hard to get yourself to be acting according to what is correct. But if you say everyone is capable of acting like an ape out here, everyone is capable of acting like an animal. It's easy. It's easy to say something evil off your tongue. Simple. What's the true test is how to now control yourself and keep a composure when it's time to be positive and upright and dealing with people in a good manner. That's the true test. Are we able to do it? Especially in the month of Ramadan? These are the qualities that the Messenger of Allah has said during this month, in which he mentioned in the hadith clearly. Fasting is for me, meaning the true person with Allah, it manifests in that ibadah, in that worship. That the person leaves off food and drink for me, and that the unpleasant breath of one while he's fasting, when you smell, is more beloved to Allah than the smelling of musk, as we know. And if one of you is to be attacked, or one is to be transgressed against, if someone came to you to try to aggravate you or provoke you, or to try to agitate you, or to antagonize you, the Messenger of Allah clearly gave you instructions of what to do. But you know us. Man, you don't want to get me started out there here. You fasting, akhi. The Messenger of Allah taught you, do not retaliate. If someone wants to act crazy in the month of Ramadan because they're crazy, because the acting crazy in that month is not like acting crazy in any other month. This is a very sacred month that one needs to sit down and study and analyze and say, I really need to take advantage of this month because it was a perfect opportunity to steer my life in a different direction. Let me get myself together now. If someone now wants to aggravate you, antagonize you, provoke you, walk away. Even especially if that's your spouse. If a person in the month of Ramadan, your own wife or your own husband aggravates you in the month of Ramadan, you need to reevaluate your situation with that marriage. Because there's no one that truly wants good for you would try to agitate someone they love in the most holiest month of the year. And that's just the truth. And I'm calling it what it is. If you're not trying to aid me in drawing close to Allah during this month, I have to go. May Allah Ta'ala rectify our affairs. And may Allah Ta'ala allows us to reach the level of where in that month the malaika even seeks forgiveness for them while they're fasting. And those who believe. Don't we want the angels to supplicate for us? Because they only supplicate for the people of Iman. Yes, they do. Due to the ayah, we'll stop here. Well, Allah Ta'ala says in his book, وَالَّذِينَ يَحْمِلُونَ الْعَرْشَ وَمَنْ حَوْلَهُ يُسَبِّحُونَ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّهِمْ وَيَسْتَغْفِرُونَ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا رَبَّنَا وَسِعْتَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ رَحْمَةً وَعِلْمًا فاغفر للذين تابوا واتبعوا سبيلك وقيهم عذاب الجحيم ربنا وأدخلهم جنات عدن التي وعدتهم ومن صلح من آبائهم وأزواجهم وذرياتهم إنك أنت السميع العليم وقهم السيئات ومن تقي السيئات يومئذ فقد رحمته وذلك هو الفوز العظيم. That's a long dua of the angels. Listen to what the angels supplicate for. Those who carry the arsh of Allah, which is a proof that Allah is above the heavens. Yes, Allah is above the heavens. Whoever idiot says that Allah is not above the heavens, you are totally lost your mind. Allah is above the seventh heaven. It's clear as the sun in the sky. Where did the angels ascend at the time for Fajr and Asr? The Messenger of Allah ascended above 7 heavens during the time of Qisat al-Isra with Mi'raj. Jibreel took him up. It's clear. It's only misleading and suspicious to those who are ignorant and following their desires. The angels and those who are around the Arsh. يَحْمِلُونَ عَرْشَ وَمَنْ حَوْلَهُ يُسَبِّحُونَ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّهِمْ. They seek forgiveness in those in the earth. And they make this dua. فَيَسْتَغْفِرُونَ لِمَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ. And another ayah. فَيَسْتَغْفِرُونَ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. Oh Allah, you have encompassed everything in your knowledge and in your mercy. Listen to who he forgives for. فَاغْفِرْ لِلَّذِينَ تَابُوا وَاتَّبَعُوا سَبِيلَكَ. Forgive those who make sincere tawbah, repentance to Allah, and those who follow your correct path, the correct belief, the correct methodology, the correct aqidah, the correct tariqah as-sunnah, madhab as-salaf, madhab as-salaf as-salih, minhaj as-salafi. Those who traverse that path have now deserved and opened themselves to attain this reward of the malaika. Because the angels make tawbah for those who are upon tawheed and sunnah, and upon madhab as-salaf, those who follow the understanding of the sahaba, which is minhaj as-salafi. How clear is it for everyone? It's clear as the sun in the sky. That's why you keep coming back here. Because you know that the Salafis truly want good for the people. And that those other masajid are upon bid'ah is saying nothing but nonsense. That you don't even understand. What are you talking about? And what is this going to benefit us as far as rectifying ourselves when we leave out of Jumu'ah? And we have to now go out in this dungeon, in this belly of shaitan every day. The only way that could be a guidance, a light for us, is the knowledge that one disseminates, which will be to keep us focused. Just in case that death takes me in that particular time, I'm ready. Because all of us need to be ready at any given moment. It can happen. But are we ready now? Truly, all of us? Ask the question, are we ready for death? Are we ready to meet Allah? Are we ready to see them angels in the grave? Are we ready? Have we rectified our affairs to the best of our ability? Have we made ourselves upright with Allah, upright with the creation? Where we haven't cheated, we haven't stole, we haven't been on Instagram with some girlfriends running around, being sneaky and conniving like we usually are, because that's how we was raised here in this pathetic country, in this land. Teaching us to be evil, conniving, slick people. When is it all going to stop? And you don't harm anyone except your own soul and yourself at the end of the day. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us tawfiq to reach the month of Ramadan. And not only that, ask Allah to allow us to reach us, and then make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us in it. To allow us to do an abundance of righteous actions in it. To be a selfless person, not selfish. Selfless person. Selfless where you want good for others. You want good for the people. And you're doing it out of earning Allah's pleasure. And that is the enjoyment of this dunya. When you're able to put a smile on someone's face, and you're able to open up their heart and bring some happiness to someone, and enter in their heart, wallahi, brothers and sisters, when I see that I put a smile on someone's face, that makes my day happy. When I'm able to now see a person who's sad, and I'm able to make them feel good, and to enter happiness in their life, and to make them now feel rested and relaxed, and I took some pressure off of them, that makes my day good. And Allah knows best. That's tawfiq from Allah, because you did one of the most beloved actions to Allah, and Allah gave you tawfiq, and He made your life easy. We always focusing on ourselves. But however, ya ma'ashal ikhwa, when you're able now to make someone else happy, Allah ta'ala will rectify your affairs and make your life facilitated and easy. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us amongst those who are truthful with Him openly and secretly. And may Allah ta'ala bless us in the month of Ramadan, where we take it as a school, so we can be upright all throughout the year. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rectify ourselves as human beings. And may Allah ta'ala keep us protected from the shayateen out here. And may Allah ta'ala keep us all protected and our families and children. هذا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك واشهد ان لا اله الا انت استغفرك واتوب اليك واخر الدعوانا ان الحمد لله رب العالمين واقيم الصلاه.